Okay, so far we have covered number data types, string data types, means text, and Boolean data types. Now we have some more data types. In this video, let's talk about binary data types, which includes bytes, bytearray, and Memoryview. So I'm gonna go back to my PyCharm, and here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a new file, a Python file actually, and I'm gonna call this binary data type. Hit enter. The file got created. So the first question is, what are binary types? In Python, binary data is essential when dealing with files, images, network data, and cryptography. Python provides three built-in types to handle binary data. First, we have bytes. It's an immutable sequence of bytes, and then we have a byte array, which is mutable sequence of bytes. Then we have memory view, a way to access object's memory without copying data. So let's explore each of them in detail. So first we have bytes. It's an immutable sequence of integers between 0 and 255. Think of it is a string, but for binary data. You can create a bytes object in multiple ways. So let's see how to create bytes object. First, let's declare a variable. Let's say it is b1 and equal. We're gonna write bytes, then parenthesis, and in between parentheses we're gonna use square brackets, and here let's say we have 65, 66, and 67. These are integers, but we can express ASCII values with these as well. So what do I mean by ASCII values? So if you go to Google and search for ASCII table and open one of the images, then if I open this image in a new tab, and if I zoom this, you can see each decimal indicates some value. So for example, this 33 in ASCII, 33 means exclamation sign. The 35 means the hash sign. Like this, 65 means A, I mean the capital A, and 97 means the small a. Then 66 means capital B, and 98 means the small v. So we can express this ASCII values with decimal numbers. So when I write here 65, this means A, 66 means capital B, and 67 means capital C. So this is a byte object. It follows the list syntax. I haven't teach you the list as of now, so I don't expect that you will understand all the concepts in this video, but I suggest you to watch this video twice or thrice and try to understand what I am trying to explain. So the first element here in the square brackets has something called index. So the index of the first element is 0, and the index of second element is 1. The index of third element is 2. So the concept here is elements index is position minus 1. As you can see, the position of 65 is first, but you have to minus 1, so it becomes 0. So the index is 0 for 65, and index of 66 is 1, and index of 67 is 2. So this is how we write a byte object. So now if I write print statement, and here if I pass b1, and if I run the code, let's see what happens. It says b, then in between single quotation it prints A, B, C. Here you can see the B prefix that indicates a byte literal. So it expresses that it is a byte object, and in between single quotations, you can see ABC. As I had told that 65 means A, 66 means B, and 67 means capital C. So now let's clear what do I mean by immutable. Immutable means we can't change anything from this byte object. I'll come to this topic after explaining byte array. So I'm gonna make another comment, and here I'm gonna write byte array. So I'm gonna declare a variable called BA, means byte array, and then I'm gonna write byte array, and in between parentheses again I'm gonna write square brackets, and then I'm gonna write 65, 66, and 67. So here also we have some indexing. So here 65 has the index 0, 66 has the index 1, and 67 has the index 2. Means position minus 1 is equal to the index. And 65 represents again capital A, this represents capital B, and 67 represents capital C. Now again, if I write the print statement and pass the BA variable and run the code, you can see it prints byte array, then in between parentheses it says byte, means the B prefix, and in between single quotations it prints A, B, and C. So both are kind of similar, right? But this is immutable and this is mutable. So immutable means we can't change anything here, but as this is mutable, we can change the ASCII value from this byte array object. What do I mean by that? So if I write here BA, then again if I write square brackets, so as I told, this has some index, so this has the index 0. So if I write here 0, then if I write here equal, and then if I assign 68, what will happen? It will change 65 with 68, means it will go to BA here, as you can see, BA, and it will find the 0th index element, as we gave 0 in third bracket or the square bracket, and put this value in that element place. So after writing this statement, if I write the print statement again and pass BA, let's see what happens. Let's run the code. You can see first this statement prints byte array B, then in between single quotation ABC, but this one made byte array, then B prefix, then DBC. So 68 means D in ASCII value. So if I go to Google Chrome again, you can see that 68 means D. If I zoom more, you can see 68 means D. So it replaced 65, which is the 0th index of BA, with 68. So that's the concept. What did I mean by mutable? So here we can change some value from byte array, but we can't do that in bytes. So if I write here B1 and in between square brackets, if I target the 0th index element and try to assign 68, as you can see, it shows warning already, it is not allowing me. So if I write print, then if I pass B1 and run the code, you can see it throws error. So we can't change anything from the bytes, as it is immutable. So that's the concept of immutable and mutable. This is immutable and this is mutable. So I think these concepts are clear now. Then we have another thing, which is Memoryview. Now this is a powerful tool that allows you to work with binary data without copying it. It provides direct access to an objects memory, making it super efficient for large data sets. So for example, let's say I have another byte array, so I'm gonna call this BA2, and let's say byte array, and in between parentheses and square brackets I'm gonna write 65, 66, 67 and 68. Then let's declare a variable called mv, which means memory view. By the way, you can name this anything as these are variable. And then I'm gonna call memory view and pass this BA2. Now let's print mv, and in between square brackets I'm gonna pass 1. So I'm trying to access 66. It is in the first index. You will understand indexing and these concepts better when we will learn lists in Python. So now if I run the code, you can see 66. So it prints the actual decimal key of ASCII, but it represents B in the background. And we can also modify byte array through Memoryview without copying it, so it is super efficient. So let's see how to do that. So what we can do is we can write mv, then let's target the 0th element, means this 65, then replace that with 90, which is capital Z in English letter. So after doing that, if I print BA2 and run the code, you can see it prints byte array B, which is the prefix, then in between single quotation it prints ZBCD. So we have modified the byte array by directly accessing the object's memory. So it is super efficient for large data sets. The key takeaway here is that Memoryview allows efficient manipulation of large binary data without unnecessary copies. This is especially useful in performance critical applications like file handling and image processing. So when we should use each of these? So the answer is use bytes when you need immutable binary data, for example cryptographic keys and network data. Use byte array when you need mutable binary data, for example modifying file contents, and use Memoryview when working with large data sets efficiently, for example handling image processing and large file I/O. So don't worry if you haven't understand anything in this video or some topics have not clicked you. Watch the video again if it feels confusing. I know this topic is a bit hard than the previous topics, but gradually it will become easy. So follow the next videos when you will learn more concepts of Python, then this binary data type will be more clear to you.